Hello and welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we will discuss dollar value LIFO. It's very important to go back and briefly talk about the traditional LIFO. The traditional LIFO, if you remember when we learned about LIFO, and if you don't, you want to go back and review the LIFO session, what we did is we tracked inventory per unit. I did not even state it directly, but if you remember, we were selling unit. For example, if we sold 50 units, which 50 units we sold, and we assume we are selling the last unit that we purchased last. So we kept track of each individual unit of inventory separately. Now, I did not mention this because it was obvious. This is the traditional LIFO. The dollar value LIFO is tracking your inventory through a dollar amount. And you will see what we mean by this and why do we do so. How does it help? Well, this means the traditional method keeps record of every item in the inventory, such as unit of flat screen TVs, smart TVs, etc., separately. So the most recently purchased items are considered sold first. Now, what do we mean by tracking inventory per unit? So if we purchased 100 units in January at $200, we keep track of those 100 units at $200. In February, we purchased 100 units at $220. We keep track of that. In March, we purchased 100 units at $240. So we're keeping track of the inventory per each one individual unit prices. Now, I will show you later what do we mean. I'll revisit this item and show you when we are looking at a dollar value rather than per unit. Now, what's the issue? What's the disadvantage, or how does it backfire? Now, what is the disadvantage of keeping track of inventory per unit? Well, it's costly and time consuming. This method can be expensive and time consuming because it requires detailed tracking of each individual unit and its associated cost. And businesses must constantly update the record as new items are purchased and old ones are sold. So if you really think about it, you are keeping track from a cost perspective using FIFO. Remember, FIFO is an assumption, but in reality, you are using LIFO. So now you have to kind of, okay, this is what I'm doing. FIFO and LIFO is how I keep track of things. It gets time consuming and burdensome. The administrative burden can be significant, especially for businesses with large amount of inventory that change frequently. But it does not end there. Also, if you remember, we talked about LIFO liquidation. LIFO liquidation could happen because if you're using traditional LIFO, you might erode those layers to go back to older inventory and liquidate that older inventory. And we had one whole session about LIFO liquidation. LIFO liquidation happens when a business sells more unit than it purchased, which can result in older, cheaper inventory being sold first. And this will create LIFO liquidation. So traditional LIFO will get you to LIFO liquidation. Well, why? Because older inventory is sold off, and this is gonna do what? It reduces the layer and as a result inflated profit and gave you a higher tax liability. Because older inventory is assumed what is sold will have a much lower cost than newer inventory. Remember, last in, first out, LIFO, last in, first out. If you liquidated, if you don't replace your inventory, now you're going to go back to old, low cost inventory and liquidated. So it's going to lead to a temporary increase in profit and taxable income. So what we want to do, we want to use dollar value LIFO to reduce this LIFO liquidation as well. So it's time consuming, one, it's burdensome, it's expensive, and the traditional LIFO could lead to LIFO liquidation. Now let's talk about dollar value LIFO. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, FarhatLectures.com.
Farhat Accounting Lectures is a supplemental educational tool that's going to help you with your CPA exam preparation as well as your accounting courses. My CPA material is aligned with your CPA review course such as Becker, Roger, Wiley, Gleam, Miles. My accounting courses are aligned with your accounting courses broken down by chapter and topics. My resources consist of lectures, multiple choice questions, true-false questions, as well as exercises. Go ahead, start your free trial today.
Dollar value LIFO is a dollar value amount, dollar value. We are keeping track of the inventory using a dollar amount. It simplifies the inventory tracking process by grouping inventory into broad categories or pools based on price level changes rather than tracking each unit separately. So when I track my inventory, I don't track it per unit, I track it per a pool or per a category. Instead of tracking each individual like the flat screen TVs, business groups items with similar price changes into a single pool. So we can include all the flat screen TVs together and keep track of the value of that pool. For example, both flat screen TV and smart TVs can be in the same pool if their prices are subject to similar inflation or deflation. What we are looking here is a pool-based inventory. Under dollar value LIFO, inventory is grouped into those pools rather than keeping track of individual items. This is important. This is significant. It reduces the complexity and administrative burden involving maintaining inventory record. So what do I mean by dollar value LIFO? You remember we were keeping track of each unit separately. Now what we do, rather than each unit separately, we're going to look at the value of the inventory, and we keep track. We're going to adjust the value of the inventory rather than keeping track of each purchase. January 100 unit, February 100 unit, March 100 unit. We are going to see that we have $66,000 in inventory, and we're going to adjust based on that. And what is that going to do? That's going to reduce LIFO liquidation. One of the key advantages of the dollar value LIFO, it doesn't eliminate, it reduces LIFO liquidation. Since the inventory is grouped into pools, you don't have to worry about selling a specific unit of inventory. You're adjusting the whole pool. This helps maintain more consistent inventory layers and limit the potential for this inflated profit because of the LIFO liquidation, and it does not lead to lower tax liability. Okay, that's great. You told me that dollar value LIFO is reduces time, it has less administrative burden, it reduces my LIFO liquidation. Now, could you please show me how does it work? So I'm going to work a simple example in this lesson. This is a teaching session. So I'm going to show you this three-step process, a simple example. I have two other exercises or simulation that are more advanced that's going to show you dollar value LIFO in action. And let's take a look at the three-step process that will help us compute dollar value LIFO. Step 1, deflate ending inventory to current prices using some sort of a conversion index. So you will take ending inventory, whatever ending inventory happens to be, and we're going to assume we're going to have inflation, and we're going to take the inflation out of that figure. Once we take the inflation out, we see if we added a layer. So we're going to take the difference between what the inventory was last year to the deflated inventory this year, or the end of the year, the beginning of the year and the end of the year, take the difference and see if that difference is a positive, whether we created a layer or sometime we could have eroded a layer. In this example, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to work a simple example. We're going to create a layer. And the simulations that I work next, the exercises, I do create and erode layer in the same example, but I'm keeping it simple here. Step 3. I am going to take the difference, the new layer that was created, and reinflate each layer using the cost index and the year acquired. In this example, I would work only 1 year, but it will work the same thing for every year. So I would reinflate that layer. Let's work the example. Adam was using dollar value LIFO on January 1st when the inventory cost was $400,000. So in January 1st X1, we call it the base year. We're comparing everything to January 1st X1. December 31st X1, the end of the year, or year 2, the ending inventory was $455,800, and the cost index for the year is 1.06 or 106%. So when we looked at the raw numbers at our ending inventory, keeping track of the dollar amount, it's $455,800, and we looked at the CPI index, the cost index, or the inflation index, whatever we are using to measure inflation, we noticed that it increased by 6%. Okay, let's execute the steps that I just gave you here. Step 1 is to do what? Deflate ending inventory. It means take this number, $455,800, and take out of it, deflate it, back out inventory. How do I do that? I divide it by 1.06 to take the inventory out, which is 430. If you're asking why, because if indeed was 430,000 times 1.06, it's going to give me 455,800. So you know how the math works. So if I want to figure out how do I take the inflation out, you divide both sides by 1.06 to take the inflation out, and you'll find out you'll go back to 430. So just mathematically, you divide the ending inventory, the inflationary ending inventory, or the current prices, not the inflationary, the current prices, which is here it's inflationary, the current prices, and you divide it by 1.06 to take the inflation out. So you're left with 430. What should you do now? Well, what you should do now is look at the simulations or the exercises, two of them, at least two, let's put it that way, that I have for this topic to understand, to practice, because you might see this on the exam, you might see this in a form of a simulation. Be comfortable with the dollar value LIFO. It takes you an hour and a half to understand everything from A to Z. Go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional resources, multiple choice, exercises, simulation. Invest in yourself, whether you are a CPA exam candidate, accounting student, finance, CMA, CPA, CFA. That's the best investment you can make, and good luck.